Goodness, the title card snuck up on me faster than I anticipated. It's the Wickersham Leader Show with today's episode, Getting Smashed. Not really, though. Don't drink. Well, maybe you can. I mean, look, you can drink if you want, but it probably won't help you pay attention to Smash very well. I don't know. Although I think there was a Smash tournament called Getting Smashed where everybody was drunk, right? There's a Melee tournament, I think. In any case, hello everybody, welcome back to the Wickersham Leader Show. I am your host and your Game Master, Wickersham Leader, and we're back to another edition of Super Smash Fridays, and today it's Friday the 13th. So it's the most unluckiest day that you could be playing Smash, I wager. Hey, hopefully that'll manifest in hopefully everyone else's luck can manifest in a way where somebody else gets to have good matches instead, right? I'm not saying it's me, but it could be me. Alright, I'll just get that lobby opened up for you guys. Alrighty, opening up that lobby. Music's a tad loud, isn't it? Well, maybe not. Hey, Zelrog. Seems good? Alright, fine then. FYMFF. There we go. Lobby's open if you want to get in. So, earlier today I actually warmed up with a little bit of Melee, if you can believe it. And I was playing against a Jigglypuff, who would often fish for rests by just kind of hovering nearby me. And instead of me just doing a nair, which would have honestly solved most of my problems, I kind of just let him do it. I ended up getting hit quite a few times by Rest, and let me tell you, in Melee, Rest is way stronger than it is in Ultimate. Oh my gosh, it's so much stronger in that game. It kills me, it kills DK from center stage at like 30%. I don't know if it's any harder or easier to hit though. Yesterday I was also practicing some I was trying my luck at Quick Play. And I played against this very interesting Kirby player that would often just camp by the ledge and try to... Well, often just camp by the ledge and try to, what is it? Well, often just camp by the ledge and, try to, get me with Inhale. And it worked. Oh, well, that's what I get. One of the big things, though, that Melee teaches me, though, is positioning and movement. Trying to pay attention to your opponent's moves, what they're trying to go for, is a lot more important there. Ugh. I got really unlucky with those tilts. I was spacing him out. I could tell that I was at least making him second guess some of those approaches for a while. Well, yeah, but he would, like, only ever stand by the ledge, right? And I would eventually just be like, can I just wait for him? And I would get impatient. And I'd eventually go in, trying to catch him out. He liked to use Final Cutter near the ledge as well. He'd often spam that. When he was spamming that, I was easily catching him out with Spinning Kong. But the problem was that after a while, that stopped working because he wisened up to it, right? So there we are, just standing at at opposite ends of the stage, both waiting for the other one to move for 30 seconds. And if I actually want to win this match, I would have to approach. So every single time he would just get me. And since I would sometimes not have my double jump, or I'd be trying to catch his recovery, I wouldn't pay attention to him. It's one of those things, I'm very bad at punishing bad play. Because I fell for that, and that's like one of the easiest things. If I was a character like Mii Gunner, I would have had a much easier time handling it. But I'm Donkey Kong, so I have to get in. I have to do that. But I could do it smarter. I also spent a little bit of time trying to practice stopping at least Ike and Sora from recovering. Gave me some ideas about good ways to stop players from trying to get back on stage. Makes me wonder if I could use that in any of my matches against other characters for some of them. I didn't know Ike was that easy to get. I would often just let him recover because I figured I couldn't do anything. But no, it's true, you can do something. Sora's a pain and a half, though. It is possible, but it's really annoying. It's never a surefire way. Heck, I don't know if there are any characters where there's a surefire way of actually getting somebody off of you. But, you know, at the least in that last match, I could tell that I was moving a little bit of a different way, and I caught Xelrog in some unusual positions because of it, but I couldn't figure out a way to close out the stock, because Xelrog gets really rewarded for being aggressive against me. I also noticed he's wearing the appropriate Friday the 13th gear of the hockey mask. Let's see. Oh, in other news, the Powerpuff Girls are coming to Multiverses, as well as Nubia. I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan, so I have no idea really what Nubia's deal is. She seems pretty cool. I just remember that in the beta version, she was an alt skin for Wonder Woman, and now she's her own character. So, we'll see what happens there. Saw people on Reddit asking why her, and then I saw people on Twitter being like, oh, this is so cool. So I don't know, like, I don't have an idea of what, like, the general consensus for this could be. Nice slice. Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Best Luigi. Do you think he is the best Luigi? I'll tell you what, though. When I was fighting that Jigglypuff, I had a little bit of a problem. Because unlike in this game, where I can pretty much guarantee to get a guaranteed up throw to up tilt, up air on every member of the cast, like, once. Jigglypuff, even at 0%, I could throw them straight up into the air, and they would not be able to be hit by my up air. So I have to think of something different to do. So I would often do a down throw or a forward throw or something, just to try to see if I can work around it. They liked to use Pound a lot, and that was annoying because it's way bigger than its hitbox suggests, than the animation suggests. Not to mention that bear, which is massive. The disjoint on that is huge. Yeah, it does last a long time. And in Melee, DK's shield isn't big enough to cover his entire body. It's not as bad as Game & Watch, whose shield is literally protects nothing. But if you hold down DK's shield for any, like, significant period of time, it won't protect you from anything. You got maybe one hit before you gotta do something else. At least I can light shield, which is not something I can do in this game. I don't think Game & Watch suffers... I don't think Game & Watch's shield suffers from that. It's just way too small. Crazy that DK's got a tie hurt box in Melee and they just never fixed it. Wow, he really wanted that. Ooh, wow, just barely. Oh, wow. I would have expected the disjoint to be enough. Man, Sephiroth is so chill, isn't he? He takes his time with everything. What else is going on? Oh, that new Looney Tunes movie still does not have a release date in the US, although apparently you can already watch it in other countries, which is absolutely shocking that they still don't have a release date for the US. It's a Looney Tunes movie. Why isn't Warner Brothers doing it themselves? And apparently it's also really good, so I want to see it. And it's also the first Looney Tunes movie to not have Bugs Bunny in it. Well, in theaters anyway. There were two Sylvester and Tweety movies and a Taz movie that were all direct-to-home video. Or streaming. A smaller franchise than Dungeon Fighter, somehow. Jeez Louise. Congus is... Never mind. I was gonna say, Congus is having a hard time closing the stock out. And, I mean, he was, but he did it. Oh, that's right. Best Luigi was Meta Knight, now that I'm thinking about it. You think Nathaniel plays Steve? SR not working. It should be working. I don't know how to fix that. Let me just play my match. And we'll see. Ugh. Dang. Oh my gosh, that worked? I guess he's lighter than he looks. Let me take a look at the commands to see if I can find out what's going on. Let me see. Let me try, yeah, we'll try this one. Bot must not be working. Let me just disable the bot and then turn it back on. Try again. Give me a second. I don't know. I'll try to figure something out when it's not my turn to play. Wow. How do I get in on this? How do I have more recovery frames from being hit by green missile than Luigi does landing green missile on his shield? He's fishing for that up special. He's fishing for that super jump punch. Luigi's kit is an interesting mix of, like, Sakurai's own interpretation of Luigi as this kind of a weirdo. Like, he just has all these moves that don't really seem thematically connected together. Like, why? I mean, hey, I don't know why Luigi is a grappler, but, well, not a grappler. It's kind of a grappler. He just combos off of a grab. I don't know why he's designed that way. I'll take it. It's interesting, I guess. I mean, his Brawl Final Smash was a manifestation of all the negative energy he had from being in Mario's shadow. Yeah, I mean, in Smash 64, he's literally a Mario clone. Like, he's got some small differences, but for the most part, he's just an exaggerated form of Mario. So he's got like that one weird taunt where he just kind of does all those poses for no reason. I'm not really sure what that's about. He's like this kind of strange, twitchy guy. And up until Brawl, he didn't even sound like Luigi. I suppose it's also funny in a way because the voice direction for Mario and Luigi in Brawl onward is kind of strange too. I mean, in 64 they literally 64 and Melee they literally repurposed Mario 64 voice lines, but in like Brawl onward they have this oddly soft tone to their voice clips, and Mario of course is not allowed to be happy in the Smash series. That's been something that we've seen before. He's not allowed to smile. Oh. So used to, man, they're hitting it hard. There it is. Whew. I was on the edge of my seat waiting to see how that ledge interaction would go. Anyways, let me see if I can figure out a way to fix the bot. The bot is here. Okay, I'll make it a mod. That might help. Let's see. There it is. Got it. This Luigi's dropping a lot of combos despite the tag. I mean, you didn't think it was actually gonna be the best Luigi in the world, did ya? Okay, the bot just needed to be a mod. I don't know why it didn't need to be a mod before, but now it is. Oh, you lived. There's at least some consistency with the combos. Dang, that's unfortunate. I almost thought you were gonna win that one, Zelrog. I didn't get to see most of that second stock. That's true, you don't play Mewtwo. But I noticed you did the down smash in the wrong direction. So used to Ganondorf's down smash being on both sides. Hey, I remember Joey Janks. See that big tail, and I think he'll have a sweet tail spin. No. He's too proud for that. You know, I see that big tail, and I see a hurt box. Also, wow. You know what it is? I'm thinking of his taunt. Yeah, his taunt. And he spins around in that. You know, you don't really see too many Foxes, do you? Foxes is... Would you say Fox is a Fundies character? Because I think he is. Despite, I mean, despite having a reflector, he's still very interested in rushing you down and getting in your face. Wow. Oh man, again, I am so used to Melee where Firefox does not go that far. Specific character knowledge? Oh, okay. Well, he destroyed the best Luigi. I don't imagine Fox is the greatest online. I like that, oh. Who just left? Was it Best Luigi? I mean, what can I say? He beat all of us, so... Oh yeah, Steve's already here. It's Friday the 13th, everybody. And Zalrog, don't think I didn't notice that Muscle Butt was dressed appropriately. Did you put... Please tell me you put that on all your Miis for today. Has Nathaniel the Steve been here before? He might have been. It's, you know, after a while, it's really hard to remember everybody. It's really hard to remember everybody who's been on these streams if they don't show up regularly. But Joey Janks has a unique name that sticks out to me when I remember it. But it's not like I was thinking of him before. Do you see that? That should have been, like, it. But no, the minecart. Props, though, Janks. You're holding your own. I would not be able to do this well. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. You know what? Fine. You know what? Let's talk about the Minecraft movie. Looks like it's gonna suck, honestly. Looks like it's not gonna be all that good. And it should have just been animated. I don't know why they didn't hire Toons for this, but sure, whatever. They got Toons to play the sheep and the llama, but they couldn't get Toons to play Steve. It's not made for you. I did see that. On some level, I agree with it, but on the other hand, that's an extremely reductive way of looking at movies, and it doesn't help. Right, of course. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, yes, it's not for me. Like, obviously, there's really not, like, on some level, that critique is accurate in a way. Because, like, obviously, if I'm gonna be watching something like, I don't know, flipping Bubble Guppies, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't think the plot's enough. I don't think the plot in these shows is all that fantastic. I don't think the plots are all that good. You know, maybe the Bubble Guppies could try to talk a little bit more about the hard-hitting stuff. Right? No one's doing that. Obviously, that's an example. But, like, the Minecraft movie can be for kids and still be good, right? Heck, why do we even have to say it's for kids? It can be for everyone, right? Like, The Lion King wasn't for kids. It was for everyone. It was meant to be enjoyable by everyone who likes movies and musicals and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like Jack Black is playing Steve. It feels like Jack Black is playing someone who knows about the game Minecraft, who's playing Steve. You know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming in the actual movie, he's gonna say, I am Steve, and then they're all just gonna kind of look at each other and, like, kind of shrug, because why would we know who that is? But, like, why would he announce himself like that? He's not some legendary hero. Steve is just a guy, you know? It's not a joke about his character or anything, really. It's a joke about, we all know who he is. He's a big deal, right? And why is it Jack Black? The age is whatever. Steve is a blank slate. You can kind of make him whatever you want. I wonder if Alex is going to be in the movie, actually. Jenks, you sure do know what you're doing. Only thing I can hope is that I put a little bit of effort into what I'm going to do. It's just, I don't know. I feel like a Minecraft movie would be better if it wasn't a movie about Minecraft, but rather a movie that just set in the Minecraft world. Like, have it be about Steve or something, but I think you could do something interesting if it was like, you know, an adventure movie about the characters trying to get from point A to point B, with point B being like the Ender Dragon or something, and them trying to... Because what it looks like is it's going to be a movie about them trying to get back to the real world, which is a story beat I'm not a fan of, because then it's like what happened with the Dragon Quest movie. No, the Monster Hunter movie. Why is Monster Hunter an isekai? Why are we doing this? I'm shocked that the Uncharted movie, while we're on it, I'm shocked that the Uncharted movie did so badly. Like, it's Indiana Jones. It's all you need is, you know, like, these types of movies already exist. Oh. I mean, I'm sure there are other people who are bothered by it. I liked the movies well enough. I didn't think they were the best things ever, but... And I guess for what it's worth, aside, I mean, for the most part in Sonic 2, it was just about Sonic and Tails. They kind of got they got Donut Lord and his wife out of the picture for most of it until the wedding. I mean, with Sonic Adventure 2 being the inspiration for this next one, also, wow. With Sonic Adventure 2 being the inspiration for the next one, humans are going to still be involved anyway, so it's not like they're going to remove any of that. I mean, we have the Gun Commander now. I don't think you'd like the Mario movie either, honestly. I think you wouldn't enjoy it very much. It's a very fast-paced movie that in some ways feels like it's a lot more interested with reminding you of things that are in the game than it is about telling its own story. The character development is minimal. There's not a lot of it. Oh, alright, Jenks. Fair enough. I mean, this was going to be your rotation. Well, no, not quite, because you would have had one more. Dang it. What the? Oh my gosh. Not expecting him to make it out of that one. Yeah, that would have been it too. Man, Firefox reaches from really far down, doesn't it? I wasn't ready for that grab to hit. If I was ready for that grab to hit, I would have been able to do something, especially since he's a fast faller. Well, I mean, I got one stock, but I can't help but wonder what would have happened if you didn't fall out of that spinning Kong. See you, Joey. Well, let's see if anybody else can take on the Steve. Guess this still counts as the Jack Black Ditto. I liked Jack Black as Bowser well enough. Not who I would have chosen, but he was fun. And then they just randomly used one Bowser roar from the games. Oh. Oh. Every time you think that Bowser's gonna just barely miss you with the dare. Every time. Can you guys stop? There you go. Man, every time you think you're out and you still get pulled back in. It is pretty funny, though, watching them both do the same thing. Hello, X-Boy. Good to see you again. I will say that Black Bowser variant is a really cool variant. I like the gold. Ooh. Man, he just can't get that one hit. Alright, well now it's just who's gonna dive first. This match is goofy, I will say that much. Zelrog, you need to put in the Bowser that I know you've got hidden within you. Alright, well... The black variant makes Bowser look like he used a fortune to bedazzle himself. There was stuttering. I guess I didn't see it from my end. Or maybe I did. The dinosaur song from Earthbound? You mean the song when you're riding... Tessie? I think it's this one. Anyway, I want to try my hand at playing against Sora again, because I practiced a lot with them yesterday, and oh my gosh, Sora is still insanely difficult to defeat. None with the Tendas? Tendas. Oh, he had invulnerability through that? It's very easy to fall back into your old habits, which I often do. Tendas. These aren't dinosaurs. Oh, you mean the one where you're walking around the big, the one where you're walking around the big environment and you're little on the screen, that one? Mr. M. Alright, so I've been practicing my movement against Sora, and let me tell you, it's hard. Trying to figure out a way to maneuver around Sora is very difficult. Especially since Congus knows all my tricks. Dang. Whew, didn't scoop me that time. Man. This one sounds the most like Beatles music, doesn't it? Yeah, that's how they usually go. I didn't even get the chance to try any of the stuff that we practiced because I never got him off stage long enough where I could try to position myself for trapping him. Trying to maneuver out of the way when he has 3 projectiles that he can fire in a rapid succession that protect him from the front and above makes it very difficult for me to get in a lot of the time. I can't dodge around them either. It's not like I can do a roll behind for a cross-up. That just doesn't exist. Did you see Nikado Avocado? Well, everyone did. Yeah, but I'm not really interested in talking about him. It's not really my wheelhouse. I don't really get too involved in drama like that. Yeah, yep, you use Twitter at all and it suddenly shows up in everybody's feed. I prefer to talk about video games and cartoons, if that's alright with the Peanut Gallery. Ah, I love Snowman. Oh yeah, Astrobot looks beautiful. It's that kind of PlayStation spark that they really have been needing lately. All their Japan studio guys have been kicked out of the company for a while now. I think they switched entirely to focusing almost only on the US side. But this is like this is the Sony that I remember. This is well, remember. I didn't really grow up with a lot of these games, to be fair. But like, when my favorite game on the PlayStation is Jak and Daxter, there just really isn't a whole lot on the PS5 for me. I love God of War, and I'll eventually get around to playing God of War 6, but, excuse me, God of War 5, not 6, we're not there yet. I'll eventually get around to be playing God of War 5, but for the time being, there just isn't enough on the PlayStation 5 to warrant me buying one at full price. And you'd think with this new PlayStation 5 coming out that the old one would be getting sold at a price reduction, but no, it's still being sold at the same high price of $500. Which is a shame. This Pro Edition they just announced, too, it doesn't seem like there's much of a reason to upgrade. Like, the differences are so minimal. Like, I know we were saying back in the days of the Xbox 360 that at a certain point, you get diminishing returns on graphics. But now I'm starting to feel it. I'm really not understanding how much of a difference between, like, a PS5 and a PS5 Pro is. Like, realistically, what is the difference between the two? Except now that you're selling the stand and the disc in the disc slot as an add-on. And I saw that price of the new PlayStation 5, $700. Are you joking? $700? All of a sudden, the PS5's $599 US doesn't seem so crazy anymore. But like, holy cow, you cannot be this like certain that your console is going to sell, that you think that price point is good. $700. $80 for the disc drive and $30 for the stand. Exactly. Well, you know what? Xbox... Okay, Xbox I understand. Xbox's strategy has been to get people into the system after they sell consoles at a loss. I understand that. The real thing you're buying on the Xbox isn't so much the console itself, it's the Game Pass. And you know what? Game Pass might just be the best possible deal you're ever going to have with any subscription service. You get all these games, you know, day one with their release date, and you can download them and you can play them, and you don't need to be connected to the internet for the whole time. It's great. It works. You know, it does exactly what it needs to do. No complaints from me. Sony doesn't have anything else. Like, Microsoft has PC. Microsoft also does PC stuff, so that's part of their system. They don't really care if you play it on the Xbox or not, but it's just there as a bonus. Sony doesn't have anything else. They don't have any other way to get people to play their games, so they're just releasing a few games on PC every once in a while, and people play Game Pass on PC? I don't know. I think so. I think Game Pass is on PC. Let me check. Game Pass, PC, Xbox. Yeah, you can get PC Game Pass. Like, but I don't understand Sony's strategy. People actually use it? I don't know if people actually use it. I mean, on PC, people are likely to play Microsoft games anyway, so, I don't know. People loved the Master Chief Collection. Regardless, I mean more so that they want to get people associated with the Xbox as a brand, not as a console, right? And I'm fine with that strategy, because it doesn't matter if it's on PC or if it's on Xbox. Their whole thing is that they're, you know... So, as far as people who buy an Xbox are concerned, they're just people who want to buy a game console. Doesn't really matter what kind they get, you know? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Xbox is really for people who want to buy a game console, not like any particular one, I think. And it's the same crowd as Sony, but the fact that it has Game Pass, I think would get people to pick Xbox over a PlayStation 5. As for the PlayStation 5, though, I just wonder what their strategy is long term. Of course, you know, PS5 has no games, big joke. Like, we've all made it. I've made it a ton. Ooh. Oh, he lived. But I just don't understand Sony's game plan when it comes to making games right now. Sony has been doing these large cinematic experiences that take like 6 years to come out, and then they have to bank all their success on 2 or 3 games doing well. Sony doesn't make small games anymore. They don't make these like smaller experiences. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what a turnaround. Good job, Congus. They don't make these... Anyway, they don't make these smaller experiences to pad out in between their big games, right? Like, Nintendo's not taking 6 years to make a new Mario game and then not doing anything else, right? And I think those two are comparable because PlayStation only... Sony only has PlayStation. Nintendo only has the Switch. And what gets people to buy a game console is generally the exclusive. Concord was Sony. That game took 8 years to develop. Microsoft has no reason to like create a new hero shooter. Microsoft has no reason to make a new hero shooter because they own Blizzard Activision, which made Overwatch. So, like, they don't need to make Concord. Unless they want to double dip, I guess. Yeah, and Concord's already gone. I've never seen a game just straight up die so fast. It took 2 weeks? And the character designs looked bland. The gameplay had nothing that like I could really see anybody talking about. That's true. Astrobot was just Astrobot just is everything I wish Sony would go back to. Making exclusives for your system that actually feels like something that's like you know? Oh, Foam Stars did terribly, I heard. I heard really no one played that game. That was Square, though, wasn't it? Foam Stars? Anyway, but I just, like, okay, back to my more Sony bit, is that when you have your game being, like, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank, God of War 5, right? These are games that took an insane amount of development time and money, and they come out, and if they don't make, like, $20 million in sales... or something, if they don't make like $100 million in sales or something like that, then you've lost out. Then the company's lost money. And And not every game's gonna make that much, right? So if... So Nintendo, like I compare it to Nintendo a lot here. But that's because Nintendo and Sony are in similar positions with the fact that they are basically the ones who decide how much exclusives their consoles get. And the fact that Sony didn't make, like Nintendo will make a game like, I don't know, Pikmin, or like Pikmin 4, which is a lower profile release that goes in between some of their heavy hitters, right? And it's not gonna make as much money as your Marios or your Pokemons, but it's gonna do well enough. And because a game like that doesn't have like a couple $1 million, you know, like a couple $100 million in its development costs, it's a product that can afford to not do the best. And it works as like an in-between game. Oh, thank you. It works as like an in-between game in between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So, right? But then Sony releases like Spider-Man 2, and then it's nothing until we get God of War 5. And then it's like nothing until they, I don't know, until they re-release. Until they flippin' re-release The Last of Us 2 again. And the fact, it's just really that, like, I don't understand their strategy from a business perspective. Like, even if I don't really care for what Microsoft's plan is, I understand what they're trying to do. Sony just doesn't have anything of their own as their claim to fame. And most of the games that they do have as their own are being released on Steam anyway, which seems to me less like a, like, benevolent, oh, we're gonna release these games so that more people can enjoy them on platforms, or like, hey, we could use the extra cash. It's more like, it reads more like, we need to make some money back on these releases, otherwise, like, otherwise the whole thing's a flop, you know? The PS5 really just has no reason to get it unless you really like those few exclusives they have. I think Game Pass is a good enough reason to buy an Xbox. Like, if you ask me. The PlayStation Online costs more money and you don't get nearly as many games for it. I still think Nintendo's Online is overpriced, but at the very least, it's a bunch of, like, classic games, so there's, like, some value in that. And it is cheaper than the others. $20 for what amounts to mostly nothing may seem a bit steep, but I can, like, and I'm not excusing the fact that they charge for this, even though I think it's still ridiculous. The fact that it's only $20 is a little something. Like, don't accuse me of, like, giving Nintendo, like, a pass, because I don't. For someone like me, though, who plays Switch all the time and loves their classic library and loves to play those classic games with friends online, it's a good deal to me. But there are lots of people who it may not be. But I still wouldn't say it's awful because, like, you know. I'll drag Sony through the dirt. I think that Game Pass is probably the best one you're gonna get, and like considering that Game Pass is the price of a single game for an entire year, you kind of get the value out of that. I think just if you play games a lot, but I think you're gonna have to play a lot of games to justify that price. And who does play that many games, honestly? Like, the kind of person who would benefit the most from getting Game Pass would be somebody who doesn't want to go out to the store and buy games. Somebody who may not care about what kind of games they get access to. Or, you know, like, but what if you're someone who got Game Pass, but you're playing like 1 or 2 games all year long, then you're not benefiting from Game Pass, you know? You're better off just buying those 2 games. Well, as Sony just showed us with Concord, even physical games are not safe. Since every game on PlayStation is like has an internal ID, they can disable the ID and make it so that your game just can't be played even if you have the disc. Violet's alright. He's not the most difficult of the Fire Emblem characters for me to deal with. Jeez, those combos were nasty. And all he had to do was that one moving forward stun attack, and he could kind of do whatever he wanted. I wonder... I mean, honestly, spacing myself seems like the best idea. I wonder if I could interrupt that with a tilt. He didn't really use his, But you could see, though, once I got in on him, I had the ability to do, you know, something. Honestly, as much as I hate to say it, the only way you're really going to be guaranteed to have any... Ew, girlfriend. That's it, Electric Wind God Fist, yeah. What was I saying? Right. At least they're better than Min Min. Min Min's not that bad. For me, the most annoying Fire Emblem character to deal with is probably still, like... For me, it's... Me personally, I struggle a lot with Ike. Robin is difficult too, but Robin's not as bad as some other zoners I've played. For me, what still takes the case... It still takes the cake is definitely... the Belmonts. The Belmonts are like the pinnacle of feast or famine. Can I train you? No. I'm gonna be honest, I can't. Mostly because I suck. I can give you tippers or something, but no, I can't really teach you. Oh my gosh. Watching Congus react like just a second too early. Or even in that one case, he did the spin attack right in Kazuya's face, but he could just ignore it. Oh, well, there it is. What's your password? I'm not telling you my password. Why would I tell you my password? It's my YouTube account. Back off. Do you think Kazuya made a deal with the Heartless? I don't know. Do they need to? It seems like they're kind of born that way. The Mishimas are just evil. No, I don't know who Samurai 19 is. Oh my gosh. Ooh, nice. Kongas just needed a match to figure him out. He can school this guy. I hope. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Nice job, Kongas. That guy gave us all a bit of a rough time. Do you remember back in the day, people were making, like, Mr. variants for all the Mario characters? Do you think that Bowser is for beginners? A beginner can play Bowser just fine. If I had to recommend a character in Smash that I think would be good for beginners... Well, there are a few character archetypes out there. And so for like a sword fighter, I would recommend somebody start with Lucina. Lucina's very simple to understand. You know, you kind of get the idea of like, oh, I need to use my sword to hit my opponent while staying outside of their effective range. As for a zoner, I would probably recommend Mii Gunner if it wasn't for the fact that you had to pick the specials yourself. If I wanted to recommend a zoner for somebody who's new to zoners as a whole, I might recommend Samus. Not, like, some people might be wondering, oh, why not, like, the Belmonts? And I think the Belmont's poor recovery and the way that they're very, like, they camp means that your fundamentals don't get so good, because you're very all in on this one play style that doesn't translate very well to any other characters if you wanted to switch later, right? I actually wouldn't recommend Mario to a new player for like a you know, a brawler type. I might recommend Falcon. Falcon's very fast. He's got a lot of good normals. He's got the Falcon Punch, and he doesn't have and he's got like 2 different ways to recover. Characters I would not recommend new beginners start with are any of the Miis. I think because the idea of, like, sure, you can look it up, I suppose, but I wouldn't recommend choosing the Mii yourself. I wouldn't recommend just picking the specials that you like. I wouldn't recommend people start with Villager. I wouldn't recommend that people start with the Belmonts. If you want the ID, there's a command for that. Just type !ID. Like couch player, I want to go to tournaments. Well, I guess I'm assuming that this person has the idea that they're shopping around for a main. They're not sure what they want. So I'm giving them some ideas about. What kind of characters are out there and which ones would have skills that would help you transfer to another archetype if you don't like one already. So I guess someone looking to improve, not necessarily tournaments. If it's couch play and you're just having fun with pick whoever you want. Does not matter, you know? If you're just playing with buddies, does not matter in the slightest who you pick. I mean, I mean, also, I mean, in general, I would say if you like, in general, I would say pick a character that looks cool to you, and then try around with it. I have my recommendations based on how easy I think a character is to pick up. But overall, if you if you look at this game and you're like, wow, I love The Legend of Zelda, and I want to play as Link, play Link. You know, Young Link isn't a bad zoner choice, no. But more so, I'm just talking about characters with things that will help somebody get a good idea of fundamentals. Because there are some characters where it feels like you're skipping fundamentals. Like, if you start off playing as Steve, your fundamentals and your game plan is so different from everyone else that I don't think it would help you get a good idea of how the rest of the cast plays, or even what Smash is like, you know? If you want to play a grappler, I would probably recommend Donkey Kong. Oh yeah, don't play Mac. I would recommend that. Not, you know, there are Macs who can edge guard. There's this one guy who's famous for it. He's called Air Mac. And he actually uses Mac's aerials. Counter is good at intercepting a lot of recoveries. Oh, yeah, no, true. You're not really inclined to try as Mac because it's so punishing. Mm-hmm. Mac is another Feast or Famine character. But it's a Feast or Famine character that everyone's really got to work hard on. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da. Started watching the Maple Story anime. Is it any good? It's bizarre. Huh. Well, hold on. Is it an anime? It's Korean, isn't it? Nixes all the human characters to turn everyone into mobs. I suppose that's fair enough. I mean, you know, people really... Oh, okay, never mind. People really care a lot more about the enemies than the player characters in some of these games. You just see the Toontown Online fandom. Oh my gosh, they're all COG simps. Connor the Waffle talking about that anime? Sounds like something he would talk about. Anyway, is it any good? Do you think it's funny? Oh yeah, guys, don't forget that, speaking of cartoons, don't forget that tomorrow is part 2 of Wicker's Picks. Not really, no, but I wasn't expecting it to be. You know, I'm trying to think of all the out of the video game cartoons, I'm trying to think, what's like the worst ones? I'm tempted to do it. Young Link 1? Well, Ganondorf, you know what you gotta do. You've gotta choke slam a child. Captain N does get pretty much everything comically wrong. Have you seen Amphibia? I watched a little bit of its beginning, but I wasn't one of those people who stuck around. There we go, choke slam him. There you go. Evened it up. Let's see if we can change the ending to Ocarina of Time. To where he just says, forget the arrest, and he just kills him. Just Why did I wait 7 years to play tennis with this kid? Now I'm imagining, like, the Justin Wong You Gonna Learn video today, but it's like, when great King of Evil Ganondorf plays Mortal Kombat. Also, I'm sorry. Nice roll catch. Oh, just barely. An up smash would have sealed the deal there. Ooh, nice kick. Alright, well, he's at a bit of a disadvantage, but he could turn this around. He hit his Whittlefoot. Have you played Miitopia? I have. I streamed it a while ago, but I think I might stream it again. Well, you know what, Zelrog? You did pretty well for yourself. Never prepare what this kid's gonna do. Oh, shoot, I'm next. They're both inaccurate and boring to watch. Oh, Ape Escape. Not the anime, the American the Canadian cartoon, excuse me. How do I make him... I was expecting him to throw me backwards, so I DI'd into the blast zone. So he likes to use all the projectiles at once. If I create space and run to the other side, he gets a little impatient. There might be something I could do. But, like, he also shields as soon as you go in. If I could, like, try to go for grabs more than trying to catch him before he shields, I might be able to do something there. Well, he's having a little bit of a tough time catching you. Wow, the egg didn't do anything. Yeah, well. Oh yeah, Scoobert, you gotta go to the back. Alright, you gotta go to the back, Scoobert. Oh, well, shoot. I didn't read that until... Well, hold on, you've been on these streams before. I remember you. You've been here before. You should know, you should remember the rules. Ooh. There it is. What in the world? Strange interactions going on here. Alright, Scoobert. See you later. Oh, wow. Man, Kazuya sure is something. Wait, this is a different Kazuya. Huh? How did he get behind me? You ever spiked your controller? One time I did when I was very, very young. I'm talking like 6 years old. I did it once. And I never did it again. I can't believe it. I knew he was gonna rush at me. I pulled out the correct, like, smash attack to stop him, and it still just went through. Somehow I doubt that if he had actually, like, done the attack or something, that it wouldn't have just gone through anyway. Really? There we go, jeez. Yeah, no, anger like that is a really bad habit to get into. You break stuff, you make people uncomfortable. I meant to do a dash attack, but I did a smash attack instead. But you can see all that stunning. He doesn't even have to do anything to, like, get in on me. I can't, you know, he doesn't have to work hard for that. The only thing I can do, really, is just try to make space, but because of how slow he is, Kazuya has all these extra benefits they give him so that he can close that space and skip neutral, more or less. You can get a lead and force him to do it, it helps. Well, to be fair, he was approaching, so maybe I could do something about it. Half the time I see them just approach with Electric Wind God Fist over and over. I don't know what a Smash 6 would do. I don't know what Smash 6's thing is going to be. Hello, Omni. Good to see you. I'm not really upset that I lost to Kazuya. I'm more so upset that a seemingly basic game plan just keeps working. Because you see the Kazuyas do a lot of the same things over and over. And it's not like I don't expect him to do it, it's that a lot of the times I don't have very many options to stop him from doing it. Yeah. On the other hand, I think Smash has a problem where a lot of its zoners are very good at also not being zoners. You know, yesterday I was actually fighting against a Richter online, and, like, occasionally I could get in, but the thing about Richter, and it reminds me of what Guiles like to do, where they camp in a corner and will just charge their sonic boom, but if you get close, they'll do the flash kick. This guy was like that. He would stand there, he would throw out projectiles, and then when the time came, and for me to get close, he would use his up special. And of course, they always have these, and I keep getting stuck with these people with really bad rule sets. I got stuck on this one. Oh, that's so sad. I really wanted YT to win that. Who did they start with, by the way? I need to make sure that they... Well, who did they start with? You fought your Ganon. Okay, so we'll say that he started with you. So, Glurak, just remember that when you get back to Zelrog, you have to quit. You have to go to the back of the line. Kaz doesn't really use too many moves in Tekken either. I don't know much about Tekken, like, at all. I own Tekken 3, but that's more so because I heard that one was really good. And wouldn't you know it, that's the one that doesn't have Kazuya in it. I didn't really play it either. Right, I was talking about Tekken for a second. Anyway, do you play Tekken on me? Are you familiar with how that series works? I played a little bit of Pokken. You know what I liked doing in Pokken? I liked using Brazen and just hurling that fireball. Well, I'm not expecting a person in a fighting game to use all their moves all the time. See what? Oh, man. Can you sidestep that? It's a very different game compared to Tekken. Okay. Pokken would make it sound like it's a crossover between Pokemon and Tekken. That's how Kazuya... Well, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Kazuya's not fun to fight in Tekken either, isn't he? Man, look at that touch of death. I would have liked Heihachi. I think everybody expected Heihachi, too. But wouldn't it be funny if we got Kuma? It would have made him fast like how he is in Tekken. Would he still be clunky like Kazuya? I guess they also could have put in Jin. Do people like Jin? Should have made Kazuya slow and lacking tools like he is in Tekken. I guess, in a way, this is like, oh yeah, I guess we made Little Mac suck a little too much, so we're gonna have to do a lot to make up for that with Kazuya. He's a DLC character, we can't have him suck that bad. Except Banjo. Banjo can suck, that's fine. EWGF has to be broken in every Bamco game. Yeah. Well, we're kind of getting away from the main topic, which is about how in Smash his game plan over-centralizes on these touch of death combos that doesn't feel good to get stuck in. Alright, you gotta go to the back now, Glurak. Never got to play me? Yes, you did. I didn't win. Man, then you must imagine how slow he was initially, huh? Dang it. Alright, see you later, Glurak. Hope you enjoyed yourself, because heaven knows when it comes to Kazuya, not many other people get to. See you later. I wanted to be reverse that. Well, I mean, obviously we know they're gonna have to change some things, because... I mean, didn't they have to change stuff for Street Fighter versus Tekken, too? Just nope through the bomb. Well, yeah, doesn't the bomb only do something if you hit it? If you just go through it, doesn't it not do anything? Especially if it's on the ground, right? Sure, it explodes on enemy contact, even if it's on the ground. All right, well, let me check. Let me see. Bomb drop. Yeah, it does say on contact. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. I didn't know you could manually detonate it, though. And that hitting it back wasn't a thing in Smash 4. I guess I just got lucky, or I just landed right in front of it or something. And that's what playing Little Mac is like. That's what playing as and against Little Mac is like. No one has fun. Wow. You got him, like, you didn't let him get an inch on ya on that last stock. Tried to box him with normals, but the second stock with that failed spectacularly. You gotta play lame against Little Mac. It's built into his character design. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. It's never been much better, on which kind of sucks. Hello, number block. What are you doing? I'm streaming Smash Brothers. Well, I'm not playing it right now, but I'm streaming it. Also, like if they just didn't have touch of death characters in the next Smash game, if they were to make it so that touch of death are melee-like rather than being a single combo like Kaz, Luigi, or Sora. Yeah, that's how I would feel. Or are you going to win? Most likely no. That's kind of been how it's been for a while. I don't win very often. That's a fact of life. It's how Smash is. You will lose most of the time. Someone's gotta lose. Can't both win. Are you gonna play Roblox? I'm not streaming Roblox. I'm not excuse me? I'm not streaming Roblox. Alright, my turn. Now watch and learn. I'll show you how to lose like a pro. Did you? I wasn't playing. Now I'm playing. I'm Donkey Kong. I don't think Little Big Planet is coming back due to Astrobot. Oh my gosh. That would have been so perfect. I knew he was gonna do something like that. But the platform saved him. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's because I was at the funny number. That's why. How do I stop him from doing that? How do I stop you from using counter on my spinning Kong? Well, that's why I'm, like, waiting, so that you use it and you miss, right? You still on the stream? I'm right here. Look in the bottom right corner of the screen, man. I'm right here. The tune in the bottom right. Hello? So I can do that to any character that hitbox on the recovery. Yeah, but a lot of them can... A lot of other characters can choose a little bit more wisely about how they recover. Oh my goodness, it's 4 o'clock already. We'll do a couple more and then call it for today. I'm experimenting going for a little less time to see how we feel about that. And I think a lot of people would feel a little better if we didn't just go all the way all the time, you know? Most characters don't have enough recovery miscup to discourage Soros from trying anyways. True. I guess we just gotta live like this until the next Smash Bros. Comes out. I wouldn't mind a slightly smaller roster either. Obviously, everybody wants all their faves to come back, but I'm pretty confident in DK coming back. I don't think I'm going to be missing him. K. Rool, I don't know. Diddy seems pretty much a shoo-in. You know what? Since we talked about it earlier, I wonder if... Hold on. Oh man, no, there really isn't that much. How about this one? Ooh, here's a good one. Alright, I found something. So, we were talking about bad video game cartoons, right? And I found a website. I found a tier list that has them. I think that, yes, alright. Ooh, Daisy, okay. Oops. I'll take it. Ooh, a Stitch face. Of course. Of course he pulls the Stitch face right then and there. Man, I baited for the Toad. I was holding that smash attack so he would use the Toad like he's been doing. I baited for that Toad and he didn't do it. This is ridiculous. Never mind, I don't want to do that tier list anymore. You ruined it. We'll call this the last one, I think. Ketchup Falco. He does look like he spilled it all over himself, doesn't he? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, it does look like Optimus Prime. It's like the right color scheme and everything. A prisoner jumper colored alt. Guess that's true, isn't it? I always thought that in Melee and Brawl and even Smash 4, Peach's Toad was not, Peach's Toad was not, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not, like, easy to understand as a counter. Like, I know it's a counter, but for some reason I just couldn't pin it down as one. Alright, I think that's gonna be all for tonight. Let's close this out. Head on back. So, did I manage to win despite it being Friday the 13th? No, I managed to lose despite Friday the 13th having nothing to do with it. So, you know, all's well and good in Wickerland. I'll be seeing you guys on Sunday with the conclusion of the Jakob Warner Toon portrait. Friendly reminder, tomorrow I'm upgrading my internet, so I won't be able to stream. We still will have cartoon nights, though. It's part 2 of Wicker's picks, so I hope you're excited for that. I'll be seeing you all later. Have yourselves a very good afternoon and a good night. Oh, Monday, we're doing Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Right, we're starting that game. I'll be seeing you guys later. Have yourselves a very good afternoon and a good night. And that's all, folks.